What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having another fantastic day today. You can call me Spree and welcome back to another Madden 21 video. Now today's going to be absolutely jam-packed with information. I'm going to do my best to try to keep up with everything as it comes out. We're going to find out about Map Master, Level Master, a whole lot of promo stuff, a whole lot of different cards as well. So keep an eye out for all the videos. We're going to be dropping a lot, making sure you are informed about everything Madden Ultimate Team for Madden 21. Earlier today, they've dropped 4 divisions worth of core elite, so we've got a lot of players to check out as I speak. I think the next lot of players is about to drop as well, so hopefully we'll get a nice little head start on checking out those. Either way, we've got a bunch of players to check out. I'm hyped for Madden 21. Let's go dive in, check out some stats, and we can talk about what I think about some of these cards. There's definitely a few budget beasts that look like they're going to be absolute studs to start the game, so we can dive in and talk about those as well. Let's get into it. First up, we're going to be starting with the NFC North. First up on the list, Eddie Jackson has himself an 82 overall, 82 speed. I still need to see what that top tier speed is going to look like in Ultimate Team. I'm guessing Tyreek Hill's going to be 90. 82 speed might be a little bit slow, but we can go through all of these players and try to get a good gauge of what speed is going to look like. Big dog Khalil Mack, 79 speed, 87 power move, 86 block shed, 81 finesse. Very similar to the stats that we saw on Aaron Donald yesterday. Obviously, he's going to have a little bit less strength. Allen Robinson next, 82 speed, solid route running, solid catching. Now, I think there's going to be a lot of guys in this wide receiver group that are going to have really similar stats, and they're kind of just going to be like a generic elite receiver. There's going to be guys that set themselves apart, like Julio, like Tyreek Hill. But a lot of these guys, this lower tier overall group, I think their stats are going to be pretty similar. So you're going to be able to just choose. If you're happy with the stats, you're going to be able to pick a whole bunch of different cards. Next up, Jamie Collins. Stats don't look the greatest. Probably not a card that I'll be too interested in. Kenny Golladay, like I was saying, there's going to be like a generic core elite wide receiver. The stats are very similar to Allen Robinson. I'm sure we'll see more wide receivers with similar stats again. Matt Prater, now we have our first kicker, 83 kick power. We'll have to see what guys like Justin Tucker have, but this could be a guy to try to pick up early in the game. You want some decent kick power to get you through. Having it early in the game is going to make things a lot easier, especially when you hit head-to-head seasons in Weekend League. Devontae Adams, now an 86 wide receiver. Pretty average speed, right? But good everything else. Really good catching. Great route running. This guy is probably going to be able to get open, which is great. Speed, not the best, and like I say, I love to have a lot of speed on the field, but he might be able to just ball out and get open, so this could be a guy to keep an eye on. I guess one thing to keep in mind is early in the game, anything that is 84, 85 plus is going to be really, really expensive. We're talking 80 to 100k, maybe all the way up to 250,000 coins. So what you want to be doing is aiming for cards in that lower tier, probably up to about an 83, especially if you're going to be running on a budget like me. If you're running no money spent, coins are at a premium. So cards like this, you're probably not going to want to spend 150k on a card that's 83 speed. Better off trying to get someone like Tyreek Hill, try to get his power up, power him up, then you're going to get better bang for your buck. But there's a lot of things to cover in that space. I'm going to be dropping a no money spent guide over the next couple of days. Some of the guys I will be aiming to pick up, that you guys should be aiming to pick up. We've got a lot to think about. We're getting lots and lots of information, so definitely keep an eye out for all of that. David Bakhtiari, 82 strength, 89 pass block, 79 run block. Obviously not your road grader, but hopefully really good in pass protection. We'll see how that holds up in Madden 21. Zadarius Smith had a great year last year. 73 speed, solid excel, 88 power move. He might be able to make plays coming off the edge. Not the best block shed. Next up, 84 Dalvin Cook. I think this is a card that a lot of people will be wanting to pick up. Good speed, good excel, good change of direction. We can talk about more of that as we break down more stuff in Madden 21. We've got Eric Kendrick, 77 speed, 82 excel, 78 block shed, 80 power move, good zone. And I think to finish up, we have the Hitman Harrison Smith. 81 speed is always what kills his cards. His cards are always a little bit too slow, but great zone, great hit power. Everything else, great. Speed, not really good enough, and that is why I tend to avoid him. If you're a Vikings fan or you like the card, I'm sure you're going to go pick him up anyway, but that speed, not what I want to see. Moving on to the AFC North, I know a lot of people will be excited about this because we have Lamar Jackson's ratings in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's dive on and check out those. Starting off with Geno Atkins, defensive tackle. That's about all I need to say about that, I think. AJ Green, I definitely would expect more. I know he was injured last year, but he kind of fits into this generic tier of wide receivers that I've been talking about. Joe Mixon's definitely an interesting one. There is a guy we will be checking out on another team slightly later in the video who has a slower overall. I'll be interested to compare the stats. 83 speed, 80 break tackle, good excel, good change of direction, good carry, a solid all-round running back. Nick freaking Chubb, 86 overall. This guy is getting a lot of love from Madden, and deservedly so. He balled out last year, balled out the year before. 85 speed, 84 excel, good break tackle. I think he's going to be a great card. This is one of the cards I was interested to check out. Myles Garrett, 77 speed, good block shed, good power move. A little bit selfish of me, but I was hoping he'd be slightly lower overall, so it'd be easier to pick up. This is one of the cards that I was targeting. I thought because he missed out so much of the year, he might have been dropped off to maybe an 83 or an 84. But of course, he was absolutely crazy when he did play. So fair dues, he deserves his 85 overall. I think he's going to be a solid guy to pick up. Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, a lot of people are going to go pick up this card. 86 speed, that's probably the best speed that I've seen so far. Good jumping, decent route running. This guy's going to make plays. 88 spec catch. The card everybody wants to see, Lamar Jackson, 88 speed, 85 throw power, good short. Not the best medium or deep, but this is going to be a card that everyone, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people are going to have early on because of the power up, because they get the free correlate. This card is going to be glitchy to use, especially if you are running an offense where you can run with the quarterback. If you have Lamar Jackson, you almost have to do that, right? This card's going to be a lot of fun to use. I got the MVP edition. I'm going to try my best to ball out with him early in the year. Punter, Justin Tucker, 83 kick power. I was interested after seeing Matt Prater's card. This card is probably what a lot of people would have been targeting, but I'm sure there'll be guys with higher kick power than this in the game. Boswell, another kicker, always worried about kick power. We've seen a couple guys who are going to have higher kick power. David DeCastro, always a nice balance card. 85 strength, 85 pass block, 85 run block. Going to be a solid option to add to your offensive line. Cameron Hayward, well deserved being an elite, of course. Good power move, good block shed, going to ball out. Moving on to the AFC East, I know I have been taking my time with this, but I love seeing these card stats. 85 speed, Stephon Diggs, good speed, good route running, going to be a good option. Micah Hyde, solid speed, great zone coverage, going to be a good ball hawk, but that hit power, I like my safeties to have some hit power. They did him dirty by showing it right there. Tre'Davious White, this is going to be a guy that I'll probably be targeting early. 84 speed, 86 excel. Pretty average coverage stats, but his cards tend to play really well early in the year. This guy I'll definitely be looking at. Another guy I think is going to be a really good option is going to be Byron Jones, 85 speed, decent zone, solid press. He's going to give you a lot of options, and at 83 overall, he might be pretty fair value when you pick him up early in the year. Devontae Parker, another one of those generic wide receivers we've talked about. Kyle Van Noy, a bit of a Swiss Army knife used in a lot of different ways. Okay speed and excel, okay block shed, okay power move. Probably can do a bit of everything, but not particularly great at anything. Lev Bell, 80 speed. We've seen a lot of running backs who have a lot of better speed. Not probably going to be the move, unfortunately. CJ Mosley, again, low speed. Okay, the rest of the stats, but low speed, not going to be able to make plays. More guys with no speed. Dan, the Jets, not so good for the Jets. We looked at Stephon Gilmore yesterday. His stats looking really, really good. That speed, even better than I expected because I haven't seen too many guys in that kind of range. Dante Hightower, again, another one of those jack of all trades guides. But he's probably not going to get any upgrades this year because he's decided to sit out. And then I think this might be the last one. Devin McCourty, 84 speed, 85 excel, great zone coverage. Again, not much hit power, but you're all about coverage if you have this guy in your team. Next up, we've got the NFC East, and then we'll go ahead and check if they've dropped a new division. Amari Cooper to start it off, 84 speed, better route running, good catching. He's going to be slightly above that tier of generic wide receiver we've been talking about. Looking like an okay card right there. Zeke. Now, 84 speed is a little bit better, right? We know his cards can be a little bit slow, so it's good to see him at least around that mid-tier, higher tier. So that's what we want to see. Zach Martin, we checked him out yesterday, the highest rated offensive lineman. Brandon Brooks, I think he's already gone down with an injury, but again, some really good stats. Well deserving. This guy's been balling out the last few years. Next up, Fletcher Cox, 71 speed, and he's a defensive tackle. decent block shed, good power move. Guy is probably just going to be able to make plays, good strength as well. Jason Kelsey, one of the most athletic centers in the league. Average strength, average pass block, really, really good run block. Now this is a card that I definitely wanted to see. Saquon Barkley, 82 overall, 84 speed, 85 excel, decent break tackle, decent change of direction. This will be the card that I'm targeting early in the year. 82 overall, he's going to be pretty good value. Obviously he has great name value, so his price will be probably higher than it really should, but this guy balls out. His stats aren't the best, but he plays much better than other guys in his kind of overall bracket. I'll be aiming to pick him up. He will be one of the guys that will be featured when I talk about guys to pick up early, to aim for, maybe to invest in if you want to try and make some coins. Saquon Barkley, I think, is going to be a beast in Madden 21. Another kicker with 83 kick power, another option for you guys to look at. Kevin Zeitler is probably going to be the first option we've seen of a lower overall offensive lineman. 81 pass block, good. 73 run block, not so good. This card could be a budget beast. 81 Kendall Fuller, 84 speed, 86 excel, 82 man, 79 zone. I think those were better coverage stats than Tre'Davious White, and maybe the same or better speed as well. I'm going to be interested to see what makes him so different, but this could be a guy to keep an eye on. Brandon Scherf, again, a nice, solid, well-rounded offensive lineman. And then the Madden Bowl GOAT himself, Tress Way, to finish up. They've dropped the AFC West. Let's dive in and check these guys out as well. Starting off with my Broncos, Kareem Jackson, pretty average speed, good zone coverage, average hip power, average man. Overall, actually pretty well-rounded safety, but that speed is a little bit low. We'll see if that's a problem early in the year. Von Miller, comparing him to someone like Khalil Mack, he's got a little bit more speed, about the same block shed, maybe a little bit lower, about the same pass rushing stats. The guy's going to be able to make plays. He always does in Madden. Justin Simmons, I love seeing this guy get an upgrade. 82 speed, again, like I said, with Kareem. Unfortunate that he's not any faster. Good zone, overall, just going to be a well-rounded card. I would like to see a bit better hit power, but we'll see how everything plays when the game finally drops. Joey Bosa, another guy that I'll be targeting early. I love finesse move. I just think it seems to make more plays in power move. Average speed, good excel, not the best block shed. He never has the best block shed, but his ability to pass rush is always great. 88 finesse move. Another guy I'll be looking at. The former Bronco, Chris Harris Jr., some pretty solid stats across the board. Well deserved. The guy is a baller. I think he's just going to be a solid all-round corner. Casey Hayward, pretty much the same card as Chris Harris Jr. Very, very good all-round corner. I know everyone's been waiting to see this card. Tyreek Hill, 90 speed powered up. That's going to get to 91. He's got some pretty average route running. That deep route running is going to be glitchy, but yeah, 90 speed, that is going to be the threshold. That's what you're going to have to keep in mind when you're trying to pick up cards. Mitchell Schwartz doesn't seem to get enough love in real life, but 87 on Madden, really, really good. Good pass block, not the best run block, but he is all about pass protection. Big dog Trent Brown, 83 overall. His stats kind of don't look like it though. 82 pass block, 78 run block. Be interested to see more stats, see what makes him that 83 overall. Rodney Hudson is going to be a good pass protection center if that is what you're looking for. And then Richie Incognito, the Raiders might be a glitchy team to use, especially with Josh Jacobs behind them. 85 strength, average pass block, okay run block. Overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing from this offensive line. Interesting not to see Darren Waller or Josh Jacobs. I expect them to be elite. I'm sure they are just not one of the top tier rated guys in the division. Starting off with the Seahawks, Russell Wilson. Good throw power, good speed, good throwing sets across the board. I really, really like the look of this card. Bobby Wags, we've already seen, really, really solid card. Next up, we've got Jamal Adams. Great speed, great hit power, great zone. This will definitely be a card I'll be aiming to pick up. This guy is going to be a beast. Jalen Ramsey, 85 overall. His speed, probably hoping for a little bit more, but good coverage stats. Overall, I think he's going to be a great option if you can pick him up. I definitely think he's going to be a guy that will definitely get a lot of good upgrades throughout the year. Hey, a punter. Aaron Donald's a glitch. Don't need to talk about him anymore. I really like the look of Pat Pete as a slightly cheaper option to go ahead and pick up. A good speed. The stats for coverage aren't the best, but Pat Pete always makes plays. He's one of those taller corners. this was probably a guy I'll be targeting to pick up early in the year. Chandler Jones always seems to have cards that aren't the best in Madden. Hopefully this year is slightly different. Good power move, solid speed. I think this card will hopefully be able to make some plays. Nuke Hopkins, probably very comparable to the Michael Thomas, 84 speed, great catching, decent route running. This card is going to be another really solid option for wide receiver. Sherman, you love everything about Sherman, his press, his coverage, but his speed. Imagine going against Tyreek Hill. If he can't lock him up in the press, he's getting absolutely toasted, and that's not what you want from an 86 overall card. That's probably going to cost more than 100,000 coins to start the game. Dang, this actually makes me really sad. George Kittle, 87 overall. He's going to be very, very hard to add to my team. I really love how he plays. Good speed, good catching, good route running, great run blocking. He's just going to be a great all-round card to pick up. If you've got the coins, go ahead and invest in him. He is going to be a beast throughout the entire year. Juszczyk might be the first fullback we've seen. Some pretty solid stats across the board. Turns out they've just dropped the AFC South as well. I'm expecting the NFC South very, very shortly. Let's dive into the AFC South. Starting with DeForest Buckner, the new Colt. Decent stats across the board, good block shed, good finesse move, could be a good inside pass rusher at the defensive tackle position. Anthony Costanzo looking like a really solid offensive tackle, not the best pass block, but overall quite a balanced card. Big dog Quentin Nelson, I know it is an offensive lineman, but this is definitely a good looking card. Josh Lambo, 84 kick power, I think that's the highest we've seen so far. Brandon Linder looking like a really balanced center. Pretty much 80s across the board, that's what I like to see. Joe Schobert looking a little bit slow, but low in block shed, but low in kick power. Probably not a card I'll be looking at. Brandon Cooks, 86 speed. I think that's about the same as OBJ. Obviously not the route running, but a good solid speed option for that lower tier overall. Deshaun Watson definitely deserves to have an elite. Was hoping for something a little bit better, but okay speed. Some solid stats to start him out. I expect him to get some really crazy cards throughout the year. I'm glad he's going to get the chance to have a power up. JJ Watt, not the fastest, good power move, good block shed, good everything that he needs as a defensive lineman, as a pass rusher. Again, going to be a really good card. Kevin Byard, I like the look of this card. It's a shame because I would have loved to view someone like Justin Simmons on a team that I support, but Kevin Byard, 84 speed. Good zone, solid hit power. I think this card is looking like a pretty solid safety. I think there seems to be a bunch of safeties in the group. Obviously, Jamal Adams is going to be a beast. He's a strong safety, but free safety, I think there's going to be a bunch of options for people to go with. Derrick Henry, 87 overall. The guy went crazy in the playoffs last year. 85 speed, 86 break tackle, 85 truck. It'll be interesting to see if it's more of a shifty game more than a run people over game, but if it is leaning towards a bigger back, this guy might be glitchy early in the year. Another punter, yes. Starting with the GOAT himself, 84 Tom Brady. Not the best throw power, good throwing stats, especially short. If you want a pocket quarterback, maybe this guy is going to be a good option. He's going to be pretty cheap compared to what he is in previous years. Levante David, 86 overall. The Bucks are looking like a juice team. It'll be interesting to see what some of the other cards are like. But this card, pretty good across the board, pretty solid speed as well. Good coverage, bit of everything. Next up, we've got Mike Evans, slightly more speeds than some of the other wide receivers we're looking at. Big guy, going to be able to catch a lot of balls. I think he's going to be a good option as well. Deion Jones looks like one of the first guys I've seen that is going to be a good option for a user. 84 speed, that's what you need. Grady Jarrett balled out last year. His stats looking really, really good actually. 83 block shed, 87 power move. This might be a guy that actually balls out a lot better than his overall. Very comparable to guys like Fletcher Cox who we've seen already. Julio, 85 speed. Good catching, great route running. This card is a good all-round receiver. 85 speed. It's crazy to think that Tyreek Hill is that much faster than all of these other elite wide receivers, but I guess we'll have to see when all of the other players' stats comes out. Overall, card looking pretty good. C-Mac, we've already looked at him yesterday. Card's looking pretty solid. Another punter. And then Kawan Short, bit of block shed, bit of power move. Overall, just another defensive tackle. Onto the Saints now. Teron Armstead, looking like a well-balanced card. 86 overall, which means he's going to be quite expensive, but overall looking like a good pass protecting guy. Cam Jordan is looking like a beast. 82 block shed, good power move. I think this guy is probably going to ball out for you. He has been getting better each and every year. Hopefully his card plays better than it has in previous years. We've got Michael Thomas. We've looked at him already. And that's it. That's the top rated players for the NFC South. No Drew Brees. That's an interesting one. I'm sure there's some other guys. Alvin Kamara. A bunch of guys that we haven't seen on this list. But yeah, that is going to be the top rated players from every position. I love finally being able to see some of the guys getting ready for Madden Ultimate Team. News will be dropping very shortly about a lot of other things, so definitely keep an eye out for all of that. I'll do my best to keep you posted on everything. Thank you very much for coming through. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about some of these cards. Who do you like? Who do you not like? Who will you be looking to pick up? I'll be dropping videos over the next couple of days talking about what I'm going to be doing, my approach to everything. But yeah, overall, I just hope you're getting as hyped as I am. I'm ready for Madden 21. Thank you very much for coming through, everyone. Take it easy. You can call me Spree, and we out.